Hello everybody, and in today's video we are going to be having a look at seeing which piece of siege equipment gets the most kills, the Trebuchet or the Catapult. Both of these have the same stats. Attack versus troops is 55 on both of them. Which one is better? Let's kill hordes of snaga to find out. And so here we are at the lovely gates of Argonath, and we have got loads of snaga, our lovely helpers. And we're going to start off with the Trebuchet, and we're going to wait for them to clump up, and then we're going to start shooting and seeing how many kills this can get. Remember, this Trebuchet, I don't actually know how many volleys it has. We're going to have to figure that out and see how much more ammunition or less than a catapult. All right. There we go. The first ones go in. I just don't think that the accuracy is going to be that good with this. So I'm really intrigued to see how this does. So let's go for another one. These two seem to be the only ones firing, but that's okay. Going in for the second volley. Or, oh, no, they're refusing to fire. This may be an issue. Right, well, we got a bit closer and it looks like they are going to fire here. So let's go. Let's see. Oh, come on. Oh, we've found a magical spot. We can fire from over here. At least with, oh, two of our engines. Good shot. Okay, all of them. Now, that is good. So we can continue the test. I was a bit worried for a moment. Yeah, so we used maybe about half of our ammunition there, roughly speaking, but I think 550 is pretty decent. I'm going to rerun the test, the exact same armies with the catapult before we try and push the boundaries. And so here we are with the exact same setup, except now we've got the catapult, and you immediately see here the change in elevation, where the Trebuchet is like shooting from here down. This can only shoot at quite a flat angle. But nevertheless, I think, let's see if they have similar issues. Yeah, it has similar issues by shooting in from too close range. The thing is that the catapult can do, and the Trebuchet can't, is that it can actually come up right in behind the line and then shoot from here. Of course, if it doesn't work, then we can pull back over here. This is, of course, the test run. And, right, let's see if we can shoot into that mosh pit. It does look like we can. So, or no. This one looks like it's going to have more success. So, there we go. Right, let's go. Let's go. Just see the destruction. Oh, yes. That does immediately look like it is a lot more damaging than the Trebuchet because it comes in at that flat angle. So it'll strike everything in, kind of like a Ballista. But of course, this does more damage than a Ballista. So we'll let it run and see how it does. Well, the reason why I don't think this was a success is actually because I had my captain in there. And when you're trying to maneuver a catapult to the front line, and then they have to change their target, they will do that thing where they wobble around and then they actually go into the enemy. And then they can no longer fire. So, having said that, 358 kills, I think they only used maybe a quarter of their ammunition. I'll give it another go. So there we are. I put them on the same hill as we did with the Trebuchet, and we used a similar amount of ammunition, as you can see there as well, and they got far more kills. So now that the first phase of the testing has been done, we can go on to the full-blown shenanigans. Okay then, we are not messing around. We've got a full banner army. We've got some overseers over there just to keep morale, and we're going to give our Trebuchet the best possible chance to get as many kills as possible here. Then we're going to do it again with the catapult. And yeah, that will be our little experiment. So it is getting very choppy here. And I think, yeah, let's wait for them all to clump up and then we will commence the fire. Here we go then. First volley. It should be a-okay to fire if it isn't too choppy. There we go. And in they go. Some friendly fire, but you know, we're not really counting that at all. So, oh, we actually managed to miss. What a shame. Okay, let's have a look then. Show the battle statistics. And we used up all of our ammunition. Pretty much all of those were hits. So I'm pretty happy to go ahead and say 1,504, 1,504. That is a good maximal effort for the Trebuchet. Let's go and have a look and see how the Catapult would fare. And so now then, let's try and redo the test with the Catapult. Can it beat 1,504 of the Trebuchet? We shall see. It is good always to see the first shot go off. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see if it's going to be a big old hit. Slap bang in that mosh pit. Yes it was.
It started.
Oh, and that's a bad miss.
Well, we only managed to use up half of our ammunition because they all fled. So only 1,350. We are going to have to go and give that another go. We've managed to use up all of our ammunition. And so now we're just going to speed up to the end of this battle so we can get the numbers. There we are. Let's have a look here. Again, only 1,350. It's kind of weird how we got exactly the same number. However, check this out. These are the friendly fire casualties. Again, it's what I said in the beginning. The Catapult, actually, because it's got a flatter plane of attack, it's much more likely to hit your own troops the further away you are. So the Trebuchet certainly does have that in its locker. And perhaps it is even better than the Catapult in this particular situation. But there is one more thing that I wanted to have a look at least, and that is their additional ammunition. And by that, of course, I mean the flaming ammunition. And here with the Trebuchet, it kind of worked pretty well, except this enemy tended to run away very quickly because of that. But you can see that there was actually quite a lot of kills there for only half of the ammunition. But you also see then the friendly damage, the friendly fire there in the numbers within the brackets. Those I would deem pretty unacceptable here. And after that previous test, I wasn't really expecting a whole lot here from the Catapult. But yeah, the enemy ran away almost immediately, which made this test rather pointless. But not a bad tally of kills there, but obviously they did use a lot more ammunition than the Trebuchet. Fewer friendly fire kills, but that is because the enemy ran away much quicker and weren't near my troops. So, inconclusive test here. However, for the sake of completionism, I thought, let's go for another bit of siege equipment. So yeah, I picked up the Ballista, same test, same exact scenario. And I was curious to see how this one would do, because again, this has a much lower arc or plane of its firing than even the Catapult. And so I was definitely surprised when I saw comparable kills, if not even maybe a little bit more, and fewer friendly fire kills whilst the enemy was clumped up in that small kessel. But before I give any recommendations or give out my findings, let's take it for a spin with the flaming missiles too. In this very scientific test, we actually see that the Ballista with the flaming missiles with the same amount of ammunition only got maybe about half the kills as the Trebuchet and a little bit more than half of the Catapult. However, in both instances, it got less friendly fire. So I would say that the Ballista is the more consistent choice and is the one that I personally would probably pick. Well, there you go. I mean, there's not really much else to say. The stats show that they are all pretty equal, and it's largely a preference. The only thing that you really have to consider is what kind of battles you're going to be fighting. Are you going to be fighting several bridge battles, in which case maybe a Ballista is better because you can shoot down the line. Maybe if you've got a lot of pike units, a Catapult is better because you can put them right up behind the pike line and shoot at the enemy. If you've got several sword and board units, maybe the Trebuchet is better for that higher angle of attack. So anyway, there you are. Thank you very much for watching, and good day.